When people think of Ha Long Bay, they imagine the classic postcard view. Emerald waters dotted with limestone islands. Beautiful, yes, but that's just the surface. The true magic of Ha Long lies in the experiences, the hidden corners, and the stories that most travelers never get to see. At Seniworld, we believe travel is about connection, not just to a place, but to its spirit. So today, let us take you beyond the photos, into the Ha Long Bay that locals know and adventurers never forget. Let's begin where most travelers never go, deep inside Ha Long's quieter caves. Not the crowded ones with flashing cameras and tour groups, but the hidden chambers where the air turns cool and damp, where silence feels as if it has lasted for centuries. Step inside, and the world outside disappears. The walls rise like natural cathedrals, and stalactites drip down from above, sparkling faintly like crystal chandeliers. They've been growing, drop by drop, for millions of years. Patient, delicate, unstoppable. Every shimmer you see is a frozen moment of time. As you walk further, your footsteps echo in the stillness. That echo is more than sound. It's a reminder that you are standing inside one of Earth's oldest timekeepers. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture ancient traders, their wooden boats anchored outside, carrying silk and spices. They would come into these caves to rest, to find safety during storms. Now open your eyes and touch the stone. That same cold surface under your palm is the one they leaned against centuries ago. In that instant, you're no longer just a visitor. You're connected, across time, to lives long gone. Ha Long's caves aren't just sightseeing spots. They are portals into deep history. From the caves, let's drift into the heart of human life in Ha Long Bay. The floating villages. Imagine entire communities rising and falling with the tides, homes gently swaying on wooden rafts. Here, water isn't just a view, it's the ground beneath people's feet. Morning begins with fishermen paddling out before sunrise, their nets coiled neatly in their boats. Children row tiny bamboo coracles to floating schools, laughing as the waves splash against their oars. Neighbors visit each other not by walking across a street, but by pushing their boats across calm, emerald waters. As a traveler, you can do more than watch. You can step into their rhythm of life. Sit cross-legged in a floating home, sipping hot jasmine tea while the family shares stories of storms survived, of ancestors who taught them to read the sea like a map. Feel the pride in their voices as they speak of a life inseparable from the water. Or rise at dawn and join a fisherman. He hands you a net, rough against your palms, and together you cast it wide into the bay. When you help haul in the catch, wriggling fish glistening in the morning light, you'll feel a small piece of their daily triumph. In that moment, Ha Long stops being a postcard or a UNESCO site. It becomes something living and breathing, a world where people and the sea have been bound together for generations, and where you are welcomed as part of their story. For the adventurers, Ha Long Bay offers a different kind of magic. Lagoons hidden behind walls of stone, accessible only by kayak. Push away from the big cruise ships, paddle through narrow passages barely wide enough for your boat, and suddenly, the world opens. You're inside a lagoon ringed by cliffs, the water calm as glass. It's so quiet you can hear your heartbeat, the dip of your paddle, the wind brushing against limestone walls. Look up. A hawk circles high above. Listen. Birds sing from secret perches, and sometimes monkeys leap across the rocks, their cries echoing through the air. Here, time feels suspended. The outside world vanishes, leaving only you, your kayak, and nature's whisper. Some travelers say this is when the bay reveals its true self. When you're alone in its silence, allowed to glimpse its secrets. And in that silence, you realize something. You're not just a tourist passing by. You're an explorer, discovering your own private paradise. A corner of Ha Long that belongs only to those who dare to seek it. And then, perhaps the most magical side of Ha Long, nightfall. Most visitors see the bay by day, but those who stay overnight discover a secret that cannot be captured in photographs. When the day trippers leave, a hush falls across the water. The great limestone towers turn into dark silhouettes, their shapes mirrored in the calm sea. On deck, lanterns flicker, casting warm, golden light across the ripples. Look up, and the sky explodes with stars. With no city lights to dim them, the constellations shine brighter than you've ever seen. And in the water below, their reflections double the universe. It feels as though you are floating between two skies. One above and one below. The crew might invite you to try squid fishing, shining lights into the water, laughing as you wait for the sudden dart of movement. Or perhaps you'll simply stretch out on a lounge chair, the salty night air brushing against your face, listening to the rhythmic lap of the waves against the hull. In those quiet hours, something shifts. The bay is no longer a destination. It's a companion, wrapping you in its stillness. These aren't just travel experiences. They're the kind of stories that lodge deep in your memory. Ones you'll carry home and retell long after the journey ends. And finally, sunrise. The first light of day in Ha Long Bay is unlike anywhere else in the world. Imagine waking up early, the boat still swaying gently on calm waters. You step barefoot onto the deck, the air cool and fresh with a hint of salt. The sky is still a soft indigo, but on the horizon, a golden glow begins to spread. Slowly, the limestone peaks, those ancient guardians of the bay, reveal themselves one by one. The mist that clings to their slopes catches the sunlight, glowing like silk drifting across the water. The emerald sea beneath you turns to liquid gold, rippling with the reflection of dawn. There is a silence here that feels sacred. The usual chatter of tourists, the hum of engines, gone. All you hear is the distant call of seabirds and the gentle dip of water against the hull. In that stillness, you feel as though the bay has paused, waiting to share this secret moment with you alone. Take a deep breath. The morning air is crisp, carrying with it the scent of the sea and the promise of a new day. As the sun rises higher, the entire landscape transforms, glowing brighter, more alive. And in that instant, you realize, no camera, no words can ever truly capture what you're feeling. Sunrise in Ha Long isn't just something you see. It's something you carry inside you. A memory etched in light and silence that will return to you every time you close your eyes. So you see, Ha Long Bay is more than a picture-perfect postcard. It's caves that tell the story of the earth, villages that float on water, lagoons hidden away from the world, and nights that feel almost unreal. At Seniworld, we craft journeys that take you beyond the surface, to experience Ha Long not as a tourist, but as an explorer, a guest, a storyteller. When you're ready to go beyond the ordinary, let's make Ha Long Bay your next unforgettable adventure, together with Seniworld.